Hi, it's Karen here. Thank you for joining me. Today I thought we would paint this little watercolour. We're going to limit the palette just to the blue tones. I will put all the materials that I use in the description below. So this is what we're going to be painting, and let's get started. So I've cut some watercolour paper already, so I don't have to worry about doing that. Now if you want to, you can use your pencil and just sketch out where you want your things, your pot and your flowers to go. I've just marked my watercolor paper, which I didn't really want to do, but if you feel more comfortable doing that, just sketch it out. And for the pot is really just a nice circle, okay, nice and loose, and then we're just going to put a little bar shape on top of that. Okay, so that will kind of give you your shape of your pot. I hope that the camera's picking that up. I'm just going to rub mine out, but that's the shape that we're looking for. So I'm just going to go straight in with my brush, and I'm going to activate my paints, and I'm just putting a mark across there. That's the top of the pot, and then just take that down a little bit there, and then I'm just doing a nice easy circle. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is nice and freeing and loose, and it's about having fun with your watercolor paints. So if you can just go around with your brush, and then just it is a thinner consistency of paint. It's not thicker at this stage, because we actually want to cover our pot. Now I'm just going to square that up at the bottoms, just so we can see that it's sitting flat. Now it is as simple as that. So to use our watercolors to aid us with texture, I'm going back in and I'm just going to drop really quite watery. I've really got a full belly of paint in my brush. If you go over, doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And just drop these. I'm going to just activate a little bit more water, because I just want to get these nice thicker consistency of paint. Now I'm just dropping paint in here, nice and watery, and I'm just dropping that in. Okay, I'm not being precious at all, because I know that we want our vase to be darker at the bottom. I'm just dropping in, and maybe just a little bit on the side, and again at the top of the rim of our vase or our pot. Just drop it in. And we want kind of interesting, not puddles, but we want to have the paint be darker in some areas. I'm just going to offer a bit of this turquoisey blue. I'm working straight from the pan. There's no colour mixing in this. Now I'm just going to drop this in, and just let that work. Again, I'm gonna just put a drop of water in there just to, and when that dries, we'll get some interesting marks. Now, if you want to bring your pot out a little bit more because you think, yeah, I want to do that, absolutely. It doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't. Okay. Right, so that's that bit of our pot done. So I'm going to take my brush and give it a good clean. And now I'm going to just put some lovely big, well, relatively big circles, and I'm leaving a center bit to reveal the white paper underneath, and I'm going to vary the the, the the center a bit, and just work my way around. Okay. Now, not to forget that we are looking at a vase of flowers, so we kind of want to think where we're putting our focal points. So let's now change this up a little bit, and I'm going to start putting in some leaves. And at this stage, they're just generic leaves. Now, don't get caught up in, oh, that's got to, I've got to put that there, and so it looks like it's coming. No, we're just having fun. We're just laying these lovely shapes, these lovely leaf shapes down, and just drop them in where you think, yeah, I'd quite like to see a leaf there. That's nice. And let your paint run out. Okay, just nice generic leaf shapes, just to give us the feeling of flowers in a pot, really. Okay, now I am letting my brush run out because at this point I'm just popping in leaves where I think, yeah, that would be nice there. Let's put one in there. Just load up my brush a little bit more and just bring that round. Okay. Excuse me. Now I'm going to put some more solid colours in now of these. I love this colour. It's just a really happy colour, and I think the blues sit really nicely together. They really do. And just work your way around. Now I am going to put a bigger, now as you can see, I've gone over, and it's slightly bleeding into my leaf. I'm really not worried about that. We'll get some interesting effects, and that'll look really lovely. Let's put another leaf in there, and you can put some solid ones in as well. Let's put, okay. Now for the bottom, if you want to, you can just do a wash just across the bottom, just to anchor your just to ground your pot, so it looks like it's standing on or sitting on something. But I thought we might like to change it up a little bit, and I was looking at some mosaics, and I just love that kind of that block feel, and I just thought that would be lovely to try and just, you know, do that on a painting that we're working on. So just literally putting these lovely blocks in of our watercolour. You can go darker, put some darker ones in, that looks nice, but you know, just work your way along your painting. Now, if you think, oh, I don't really like that, then absolutely miss this bit out and just put your wash down. But it's just a little idea. I as I said, I just think the lovely mosaics that I've been looking at, I feel quite inspired. So it's just a little nod, really. And just working my way. I don't get caught up thinking, oh, I've got to put lots and lots, you know, they've all got to be just so. No, they really don't. They really don't. Now, I've got a little bit of my turquoise there, and I'm just going to pop that in as well. Just up to my flowers. If I go over of what I've already put down, I'm not worried about that. I'm really not worried about that. We're just looking for some gradual changes, but keeping in the colour family. I think that's really important in this painting that we're doing today. I think it's important that we keep it in the colour family, because it'll be easier for you to work with. Now, I don't know whether you can see very well, but I am actually going over some of these, and I'm really not worried about that at all. Okay. Okay. So let's put some more flower shapes in, shall we? That might be good. I'm just going to pop my finger on top just to hold it down for a little bit. And I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to introduce these little stems, just so it pulls it together for us. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to darken some of these up now. So just going back over, not being precious, just nice loose strokes over where you've already gone, to give us some interest in colour and texture. That always works well. If you want to go over again, yeah, absolutely, you can do that. That works well. Now, I'm going to put in some smaller leaves in now, just to fill up some spaces that we've got, because I think that will work quite well. Okay, we just going to put some of these lovely turquoisey blue leaves in. And I'm going to go back in. I'm going to use my size 4 Japanese watercolour brush, and I'm just going to sharpen, just give me a bit more dark there, just to emphasize that just gives this a bit more shape and definition to our pot. Again, straight from the pan, and I'm just going to work my way in there. Okay, just makes our pot a little bit more interesting, doesn't it? And just maybe bleed that round. Okay, and then if you want to, you can just bleed that out with your brush. Okay, and as you can see, the watercolor paint is starting to mix with the brush with the paint, and it's really starting to bloom now, and that's really lovely. If you want to just, you know, just dab it a touch with some clean water, you can get some really nice effects on your pot. I'm going to go back in now, and I'm going to just going to glaze a bit of a darker colour on top of what we've already laid down. That's always nice to do, to give us maybe a little bit more, just a deeper colour, which I think looks pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to go over the leaves that I've already put down. Okay, not worrying about if it runs. That's absolutely fine. And this is a thicker consistency of paint now, so I'm really working that paint onto my brush, and I'm just taking the excess off, and I'm just doing the leaf shape again, but I'm just working my way over the top. And again here, it's just okay. We're kind of building up, aren't we, our layers, which will give us a deeper, more vibrant kind of painting, which is what we want. Now, if that's puddling too much for you there, just roll your brush across, just roll that paint across and move it out of your way. And then I'm just wiping my brush off with a little bit of kitchen towel, so that keeps it nice and fluid. Okay, just move it around. If you think that's puddling too much and I don't like that, then absolutely do take it out. Now I'm going to go in, and I'm just going to put these little circles of colour in. Not too dark straight away, because we want to have a look at whether we like that or not. So always nice and loose. White spaces is our friend, so let's let's keep with that. Just gonna, I think it might be a little bit bright, but let's go for it anyway. So I'm just going to just go round the circles, the full circles that we've did of colour, and just go round them like that. Okay. Again, and those little ones that we've left, just going to put some little leaves in. If we've got a space, let's put some leaf shapes in. We can go over already what we've already done. That's absolutely fine. I'm just going to go in and just mark out this leaf shape here. Again, here, make him a little bit stronger colour. I think I'll just move that one along. The beauty of this kind of painting that we're doing is that you can go over what you've already done, what you've already laid down. You can go over with a stronger colour and make a more definite line or leaf shape as we're using here now. Okay, and when you think, yeah, I'm happy with that, you can call it done. But just, you know, just have a little look at some spaces that you've got that are empty, because we kind of do want to fill up our spaces. And if you've got a few spaces, drop a few little circles of colour in. That's quite a nice thing to do. It just moves your eye around your painting. So I was just thinking, you know, you could, if you wanted to, you could introduce your gel pen or your gouache or something like that, and you could you know, you could do some mark making if that's what you wanted to do. I'm just going to darken these ones up because I think it needed that. But yeah, I'm just going to take my smaller brush and I'm just going to just darken these again, just with the tip of my brush. Went into the wrong colour then, yikes. And just lay it over, and you get some really nice effects when it dries. Okay, let's darken that down a bit. And that's why I think it's pretty good to work straight from the pan, because when you colour mix, sometimes it can be a bit daunting. So, you know, don't put yourself through that. Just if you work straight from the pan, I think it's nicer for you. Yeah, I think I don't want to fiddle. This is still wet, so I suppose we could drop a little bit of colour in there, just to, if that's fiddling, folks, and that's not what we want to do, is it? So there we have it, our little nod to the mosaic. That one's drying, and this is the one that we did, that I did earlier. Now, they do dry quite different, but, you know, have a go. Give it a go, because it is fun to do, and it's easy, and it's very forgiving. Anyway, take care, and lovely to have your company, as always, and see you soon. Bye.